Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Washington Sports Network's coverage of the 2013 Tanoa Bowl here in Auburn, Washington at Memorial Stadium. Team Washington, Team Utah. Utah kicking the ball deep here to Team Washington. Washington in the grays, the Seahawks-looking jerseys. Utah in the reds. Ball is kicked deep. And
that kid's fast, too.
Great speed down the field. And a giant return for Chico McClatcher.
Yeah, he's a speed burner out of Federal Way.
5'8". Not very big, but 165 pounds, can move. He is the kick return, punt return specialist for this team.
Well, we've seen two great games today. We saw the 7th and 8th grade game, the Washington Warriors and the Tri-City Elite, won by the Washington Warriors. And then we just saw Oregon take down Team Alaska.
Dominic Rocky, 6'2" quarterback for Team Washington. Is going to throw right away, incomplete. He had a couple of guys there, one of them being number 25. Ralph Lafukine.
For our Tri-City fans, know we got a lot of people tuning in from the Tri-Cities. There on the offensive line is Kevin Greger out of Kamiakin. Then he was just in there on the last play was Danny Rapp out of Prosser. Let's look for them to contribute.
We were walking down on the field during pregame, and there's an amount of focus for this Washington team, and there we go, ready to break one. Mano Moses with a long run. Team Washington, and the talk as a coach goes down, running on the sidelines. The talk was how good this Utah team was, and Washington thought, you know what, we can compete with these guys too.
Yeah.
So far, offensively, they're doing their jobs, and a great run there by Mano Moses.
Well, last year these two teams faced off also in the Tanoa Bowl. Some different players out there. A couple were the same, but it was a battle, high-scoring affair, won by Utah. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Moses again with the carry. He's going to be brought down inside the 15. Gain of 5 on the play.
Number 35 on the run. Moses.
Danny Rapp back into the game. He's number 21, 6'2", 190-pound senior from Prosser High School. Keenan Curran also split out, another Federal Way kid. Rapp motioning over. Going to fake him the handoff. Rocky firing incomplete. Intended for Devin Bryant.
Yeah, I just dropped it. It was jitter still there. It takes typically, a touch or two to get those out of your system. There, the early drop.
Bryant's another Auburn Mountain View kid, so obvious connection between quarterback and receiver there. Just couldn't find it. Now we're going to see Walla Wallace, Jonah Ho come in to the game at running back. Ho lined up right next to Rocky. Dropping back, firing, complete.
Can't see the
number 25 is Ralph Lafukine, but that can't be true because...
Yeah, I think it is. Well, I don't know. You got the roster there, Manny.
Well, it says he's 5'11" on here, and I don't believe that kid's 5'11".
Well, I think he's out of Shelton. Does it say Shelton High next to his name?
Yeah, it does. Maybe
that's him.
Maybe they got
he
the
hit a
height
growth
wrong.
spurt.
Yeah. Rocky dropping back, throwing into the end zone, wide open, touchdown, first blood, Washington, Keenan Curran.
I believe Keenan is out of Bellarmine Prep. tall receiver there. Team Washington made that look pretty easy. Thought they were going to give the ball to the back, Jonah Ho, out of the backfield. They didn't. They faked to him on the play action. The crossing route. They're on the board. Washington, Team Washington on the board. First blood, as you'd say, Manny.
And Rocky coming out to hold this extra point. Ryan Bordner out to do the kicking. He's out of Bellevue. Kick is up and good. Now we get a chance to see Team Utah on offense after a great showing from Team Washington. Got some good food, good music around here too. Polynesian spirit very much alive here in Auburn.
This kid here's got some speed too.
Returned by number 2, Jeremiah Omar on the return there.
Now these teams practice throughout the week. I believe they started practice on Wednesday, the day after Christmas. Well, actually, even before that, obviously. But for this week's festivities. And so they've done one-on-one drills. They've been able to compete against each other and kind of size each other up in the individual drills. Team Utah, certainly the line of Team Utah was getting the better of just about everybody in those one-on-one drills.
Ball handed off to number 34, Jordan Bagley. And he's going to gain about 4 yards on that play.
One of the kids in on the tackle there. For you Eastsiders, number 18, that'd be Alex Weber. Familiar number there. Just a junior, one of the few juniors on any of the rosters.
So 15, Jake Lloyd at quarterback out of Timpview. His running back is Gregson Aspinall. He's going to get the ball. Another kid out of Timpview. He'll be brought down after a gain of 3.
Some good backs on this Utah team, a solid Utah team. A number of schools across the state represented. A very athletic Utah squad.
3rd down and 3. Blitz coming from Washington. Pass complete to Dynamite Jones.
So with a name like that, you're probably pretty good. Odds are you're pretty fast too. Dynamite.
Dynamite Jones Fagata. Four wide. Handoff faked. He's going to go deep. Jonah Ho covering. Batted away. Some great coverage there.
Jonah Ho, you think of him as a running back out of Walla Walla High School in Walla Walla, Washington. School made famous by former Cougar Drew Bledsoe. You think of Jonah Ho as a running back, though he did play, obviously, both ways this year for the Blue Devils. There, some great coverage.
And the ball was intended for Dax Raymond, another Timpview player. There's quite a few of those T helmets down there. Obviously, Jake Lloyd feeling comfortable. Screenplay complete. And a big hit on Jordan Bagley.
It was Danny Rapp on the tackle there.
Actually, I believe that's Gregson Aspinall. There's been a lot of number switching going on this week from what the final rosters say.
Yeah, they don't get their jerseys till they show up. So you got, some players don't make the trip or unable to. So you got a lot of, there's some mix-ups going on there, certainly with what's on the roster and what we see.
Motion over. Handoff now going to number 36, Jerome Bettis Vaituu.
Think his dad's got a favorite player?
You know what? I'm wondering.
Last one is by number 36, Jerome Bettis Vaituu.
Some great names on this Utah squad. Dynamite, Jerome Bettis, House.
Tyshawn House Mosley, 6'3", 300-pound center defense lineman.
Yeah, that'd be a House.
Yeah. Handoff going to Aspinall. We had I played with a small village. That's what we called him.
Oh, yeah.
Small Village.
Was that his nickname, though?
Yeah, it was a nickname. Well, House is a nickname.
Yeah, that's true.
Alfredo Gamino, Small Village.
That's great.
Defensive lineman. And he could eat a small village.
Yeah. You can eat a small village.
You know what? I can eat a little bit. 4 wide for Utah. Rocky with Aspinall to his right. They're going to fake the handoff. Rocky's going to bust outside. He'll be hit and stopped.
Oh, my goodness.
Hit very hard.
Guess who?
Danny Rapp.
Try to take his head off.
For those of you in Utah that don't know the Prosser area, you might know Kellen Moore, the Boise State standout quarterback.
Yeah.
Same city, town.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd call Prosser a city either. Definitely a town, and known for its football. They start them young, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal out there.
Danny Rapp is no exception. Aspinall jumps into the end zone.
See if he broke the plane there. I haven't seen the signal yet.
Well, he spun. I think his heels were in, but I don't think the ball ever got in because he tried to back into the end zone, and I think it's going to be short. They're going to consult this. They've been consulting each other quite a bit today.
Hope we don't see another game of consulting. But they're trying to get it right, to their credit. And it looks like they still have a signal. So I believe he was short.
And I hear the Washington team yelling jumbo. They're going to wave off a flag. No, now they're going to say touchdown.
Okay, so it's a touchdown.
So it is. So now going for the extra point to Utah, trying to tie this game up. Kick is up and it is good. We've got a tie ball game here with 6:30 left to play in the first. All sevens. We'll see what Washington can do with the football here on the Washington Sports Network. Here with you at Memorial Stadium in Auburn, Washington. And they're going to kick deep again to McClatcher. And he's going to bust down the sideline now. Get knocked out of bounds around the 24-yard line. That's where Washington will start their second possession.
Yeah, first possession went really quick. They had the long return by McClatchery, and then a couple of longer completions, and then the touchdown. And it was easy, apparently.
Yeah.
At least that's how it appeared.
So now Bodie Simpson making his first offensive appearance here for Team Washington. We got a lot of chance to see this kid run down the sidelines.
Somebody's uncovered out there right now.
He's the type of kid that'll catch a bubble screen and just move 60 yards down the field. Rocky dropping back, incomplete. Overthrew his man. I hit the road at I think 5:30 this morning. Rode over here with the Tri-City Elite team. Good buddy Jerry Mercado, coach of. Rocky's going to keep it. He's going to roll and throw. And a flag on the play.
Nice tackle there.
Handoff going nowhere. Stop. So Natane Louis, 6'2", 280 pounds from Alta, making that stop. That's a big one.
Yeah, Alta High, known for their football.
Handoff up the middle. It looks like 10, maybe an 11-yard gain on that play. Mano Moses.
Big running back. Not tall, but athletic.
Rocky caught by Simpson, but he's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go, making it 4th down and 4. So now the punt unit will come out for Team Washington. Washington, they're in the grays, and it might be hard to see, but they've got the Seahawks-style jerseys on. They've got the blue number, and then they have the green, that bright green around the outside. It looks, we were walking down on the field. I really liked what they did with those.
Yeah, it's sharp. Really like these uniforms this year.
Well, and Strickland was excited about them, too. He liked what he did with those uniforms.
He should.
And a high hanging end-over-end punt. It's going to take a Washington bounce, and Bodie Simpson and Jonah Ho are there to down it. Simpson's going to pick it up at the 14-yard line. So some good special teams coverage there by Washington. And we'll see Utah get another offensive drive. They were not stopped last time they had a possession. Handoff going to Aspinall. We're going to go out of bounds. Should be close to a first. They're going to say he's about a yard shy. So it'll be 2nd down and 1. I'll tell you what, this Utah offense, the offensive line is making some good holes.
Yeah. The Utah team last year, I looked at the kind of alumni list, and a lot of these players end up at places like Utah State. A few will be at Utah, a few at BYU, and then into the Nevadas, the Arizona, those type of schools. So this is some talent.
Handoff going to Aspinall. He's trying to dive over. He's going to have enough for the first. Looks like they're.
And then for Team Washington, this is helped springboard the careers of a number of players.
Absolutely.
Danny Shelton, the UW, certainly highly recruited even without this game. But another showcase, another opportunity to show, scouts, if you're on the bubble, that, hey, I can compete.
Monet Manea ended up going to Colorado because of this. Rocky in the shotgun. Gonna drop back, fire inside. Weaver can't get a hold of him. Caught by Cliff Betson. Betson brought down from behind.
Yeah, the initial tackle missed and squirted out of there, able to rumble for another 15 yards after first contact. So nothing says these players got to go down, you know. .253 left to go in this first quarter of play. 7-7 is the score.
First down and 10, ball on the Utah 48-yard line. Handed off to number 36, Jerome Bettis by 2. He'll gain 3 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 7. 4 wide, 3 to the right of Rocky. Correction, Jake Lloyd.
Back defending for Washington was number 20, Jonah Ho.
Jonah Ho on the stop there. Not before a first down.
First and 10, Team Utah.
Lloyd faking the handoff. Pass complete at the sideline. A great grab there. That was Jarmea Omar. They've just got him listed as an athlete, and you can see that he is very much athletic out on that field.
And that's not a, you know, it's okay if they label you as that. I mean, that's a good thing to be labeled.
Absolutely. Handoff going to Aspinall. Aspinall around the outside.
Trouble.
Jonah Ho and Danny Rapp take him out of bounds.
You saw the little the rush was on, able to squirt through behind those two players as they shot upfield and run in the lane, and then it wasn't taken down until he got into the secondary. Danny Rapp taking him on out of bounds.
First down and 10, ball on the 16. Lloyd still in that shotgun formation. Aspinall to his left. 3 wide to the right. He's going to drop back and look right. Fade ball. Going. Caught. He even got both feet in bounds. Dynamite Jones.
What a catch. Barely caught it on our camera there. Heading towards the end of the end zone. Able to haul it in there. Nice throw, even better catch. Wow.
Unbelievable. Kick is up, and it is good. 14-7. The visiting Utah up on Washington. We're going to take a break here on the Washington Sports Network. Kick is deep. McClatcher still on his feet. down the field. McClatcher finally tripped up near the 40. That kid, not only does he have some wheels, but he is slippery.
He's a water bug.
Unreal. Just stayed on his feet when he really shouldn't be able to.
Yeah, he's a special talent. We were down on the on the field there before the game, and he's practicing a little punt thing. Then he ran by me
You can
like
feel
a blur.
the breeze.
Yes.
First down and 10 for Team Washington. Ball on the 42-yard line. Jonah Ho now in the backfield. New quarterback for Team Washington. When we see his number, we'll let you know who it is. These jerseys make it a little bit difficult for broadcasters. Pass incomplete. They've got the giant letter for what state they're from in the front. They've got a tiny number on the patch.
Yeah, they're really nice, but you're right.
Yeah.
When I saw them on Facebook, they're posting the pictures, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's going to be
That is
a nightmare.
Connor Richardson out of Kennedy. He's a senior, 6'1", 200 pounds. Tell you what, both of these quarterbacks for Team Washington have good next-level builds to be quarterback.
Yeah.
Rocky, 6'2", 200, and Richardson, 6'1", 200. Both of them seniors. Hand off to Jonah Ho. Now this is what he does best. Running back, and he's going to split out to the outside. Jonah Ho brought down near the 30 out of bounds. And we've seen him do that all year on the Washington Sports Network.
You better believe it. Jonah Ho, one of the top backs in the state. You might not have heard of him unless you're on the other side of the mountains, but he had a 338-yard game. Or was it 4? It was a lot. Let's just say that. And at the time, it was the top mark in the state, or one of the top marks in the state. I believe he's the all-time leading rusher for Walla Walla High. He's got about 11 other records.
Yeah.
You saw why.
He also plays a mean set of drums. Snap
Oh my
fumbled, and it's going to be batted away. And incomplete, and it was intended for Chico McClatcher. We're back. Actually, that was just a timeout. The PA guy fooled me. So now we're going to run another play. Hit as he throws, sailed, intercepted. Picked off by Mani Tuiatauna, I think.
Mr. T with the interception there. So big turnover. And only a second. Ran off the clock there. That's amazing.
Quarter number 2, screen play is how they're going to start it to Aspinall, and it's lit up, and a flag comes in, looking like some holding. It'll be first down and 25. Penalty was called 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They got Jake Lloyd in some trouble here.
Yeah.
Another flag, some early movement, false start. Lloyd dropping back, rolling out now. He's going to fire back across the field. Intercepted. Intercepted by Team Washington. Morgan Masanda with a big pick.
Yeah, I believe out of Meadowdale, Mr. Masanda with the big pick there.
He went up and got it.
A little bit of energy, a spark in the crowd there after that one.
First and 10, Washington. Ball on their own 49-yard line. Excellent field position. Bodie Simpson at the bottom of the screen. Justin Peterson at the far end. And you also got Fino Toki as the slot receiver. Rocky under center. Hand off the ball.
Oh, wow.
Maino Moses.
And that opened like the Red Sea there for Moses. I like this back. He's powerful, low to the ground, got good speed, good acceleration.
Just bursts out of the backfield. Electric, I would say, out of the backfield.
Yeah, we've seen, we saw a lot of smaller backs over there. I mean, you look at Jonah Ho, not a big back, though very good feet, very quick, fast. Seeing a nice combo back like that is a treat.
First down and 10. Back second quarter action here in the 2013 Tanoa Bowl. Pitch outside to number 9, Ezekiel McNeil. He's going to go around the corner. He's going to be brought down out of bounds. I believe marked just shy of the first down. A good about 9.5-yard gain.
Some good runs so far for Team Washington. Able to get to the edge. We didn't see that a lot in the Oregon game as far as out of the running game. These teams a little more quicker to the edge.
Second down and 1. McNeil still lined up in the backfield. He's a 5'11", 180-pound senior out of Federal Way. He can move. Bodie Simpson and McClatcher to the right of Rocky. He's chased down and now knocked over by his own man, McNeil.
Yeah.
And a 10-yard loss.
Probably a face mask missed there, but
after the last game, we definitely can't expect these guys to be perfect.
no, Manny. I know how much you love referees and all, but you're right.
Dominic Rocky in the shotgun. McNeil to his right. He's going to drop back and throw. And he hit Lokahi Kamu. And we'll explain that in just a little bit. Washington punts this ball away. And again, some great coverage as this ball rolls inside the 10. And Simpson and Ho are there, along with Weber, to down that thing. And Utah will have to start their drive at the 6-yard line. Shows a lot about the game of football as well, as you see a great stop there.
Great stop.
Albert Havili, 6'2", 235-pound offensive lineman, defensive lineman from Federal Way. But you saw Oregon and Alaska getting chippy with each other during the game. I mean, they were out there pushing and shoving, and then after the game, what do? They get together and they did a haka dance in unison as brothers, as a family. You got to love that.
It's great.
Ball thrown deep. Danny Rapp is there, but it's caught.
Wow.
A great catch.
How did he come down with that?
Dax Raymond, the 6'5", wide receiver from Timpview.
Impressive. You don't see catches like that very often. I don't know how he came down with that.
Both Masanda and Rapp were right there. Both got their hands on it, but Raymond got both hands on it and pulled it in.
Yeah. I love what you said about the haka, and that is the spirit of competition on the athletic field. It is fierce, but then you can step off the field and be the best of friends.
Handoff. Going to Vaitu, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. There is a flag on the play. And it's going to be holding on the offense. But I would imagine that they'd decline that penalty, take the loss of 4 yards, and the loss of down. Motion to man over. They're going to hand the football off. Up the middle.
Referee took him out. And they hear it from the crowd there. Gets a chuckle as, you know, the referee is part of the field.
Yeah.
Is the official kind of designation of, well, what if it hits the referee? It's treated just like the field.
And
Baitu
looks to be injured here. Second down and long for Team Utah. Lloyd dropping back, looking underneath, complete. But he doesn't quite get back to the original line of scrimmage, only a gain of about 3. Make that 4. So third down and 11. Spread formation, 3 wide to the left side of Lloyd. Jake Lloyd's going to roll that way. It's blown up, under pressure. He's going to throw deep. He's got a man. Complete, and a flag on the play. Thrown on Weber.
Yeah, hands to the face, or face mask, basically, I think is what the call is going to be there. Try to separate the man from the ball, which you do. He was beyond him, though, and so not a lot could be done there. See how the white hat calls it.
Pass coming. Thrown wide open. Dynamite Jones. And a flag on the play.
Well, oh, man. Hey, you saw him try to attempt to dunk on the goalpost there.
And you know what? You know what I love about that? They're going to get the penalty, and it looks like they don't care. But the fans were loving it, too.
Yeah.
You know, and the kids love it.
I was
Let him have fun.
curious if he was going to make it or not.
Close enough for me. I don't know
counts.
if I can touch
I don't
goalposts.
either.
So, I mean, I'm just a little guy, but
Almost blocked. But up and good.
making it 21-7 Utah. 6:51 left to go in the first half. I'll tell you what, these Washington guys, they want to score so they can dunk one too.
Yeah, let's see what happens there.
An excellent move, because I wanted to come, but
Yeah, well, I think it just helps out with everyone traveling this time of year, able to get that done.
in an attempt, a flag, and the ball's ripped away. Wow. There's a flag on the play, though. We'll see what it is. The ball was ripped. Run is outside, a huge block. McClatcher finally brought down after a gain of 5. Wow.
Yeah.
Second down and 5. Connor Richardson in the shotgun. He's going to take it himself and slip.
Yeah, lost his footing there on the turf. Seen that a couple times tonight. Some of the different teams played.
Jeff, I found it. Who 25 is.
All right.
25 is Austin Stripling. 6'3", 245-pound tight end from Sumner.
Yeah.
I knew there was no way that kid was 5'11". I saw him down on the field. I walked next to him. That's a big boy. He's got a man. There's Stripling right there with a big catch. He'll take it down the field. Spin, dive, roll, all the way up to about the 22. They're going to give him the 21 after a couple rolls.
Yeah, he earned every roll there. Nice catch, nice route. Good recognition by the quarterback to find him and place it right in there.
That is a large target at 6'3", 245. He can move a little bit. He did an excellent job of faking like he was going to block, too. They're going to give the ball number 35, Maino Moses.
So Team Washington knocking on the door.
Tyler Swan on the tackle. Got one-on-one coverage with Keenan Coran. Out on the outside, they're playing press. Gonna motion Bodie Simpson over, hand him the ball. No, they're gonna fake it. Simpson open, can't make the catch. Just in and out of his hands.
And he had him. If he'd have thrown it about a second earlier, he'd have had him wide open there in the end zone. An interesting play. They had Simpson in motion, fake to him, and then it looked like they were going to hand it off. They didn't. Quarterback kept it and rolled out to his left. And you hear from the crowd, they wanted him to get rid of that sooner, and I agree. He'd have had Simpson wide open.
Now they're calling Simpson off the field. And I'm looking at Coran one-on-one. Just a quick slant route or something. Wide open. The big man, Stripling. His first touchdown reception of the game. Doing some hip bumps with his teammates.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loving it. Washington is set to kick this ball off. And it is deep into the end zone. Will not be returned. In the high school rules, it's automatic touchback if it crossed the goal line. Lloyd in shotgun. Handoff to Aspinall. Decent gain of about 4 there for Aspinall. Lloyd hands it off. No, he fumbles it. He has to dive on it. He recovers his own fumble. It'll be a loss of 6 on the play. Now the crowd getting into it. Lloyd gets the snap. He's going to roll to his right. Looking. Nowhere to go. Now he runs into traffic and he's brought down short of the first down. We'll see what they decide to do here. He's about 2 yards shy. Make that 3.
I'd have to say they'd punt it here. Probably the wiser decision to make.
It's like wildcat formation. And it is a punt.
Thought about it.
Utah stops the ball at the 19-yard line.
Yeah.
Richardson dropping back. Now he evades the pressure. Steps up in the pocket and runs with it. He gets thrown out of bounds. For all that running, he just gets a gain of 1, maybe 2. Richardson tripped up by his own man. Be sure to tune in to WSN's The Zone every Thursday night.
Oh, yeah.
10:35 on Fox. And Keenan Curran ready to throw the ball, and a flag on the play. Well,
yeah, no comment there from you, man.
5 seconds left to go in this first half, and they're just going to let the clock run out after that one. 3rd down and very long. So they go in the locker room trailing by 7. Utah with a lead, 21-14. Washington Sports Network will be back for the second half.
So Utah will be returning the ball with the lead. They have a 21-14 lead over Team Washington here as we start the 3rd quarter of play. This ball is going to be deep, kicked into the end zone, where it will be a touchback by Rule. And so Utah is going to take over on their 20. Good first half. We saw some solid play out of both teams, able to move the ball effectively when necessary, some good defense. A couple of turnovers. And Utah with the lead here.
Starting at quarterback for Utah, number 15, Jake Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd, quarterback for Utah, is going to hand the ball up the middle. No whistle was blown. But he kept the legs pumping there. Said, I'm going to keep running until I hear a whistle. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 after the 6-yard gain there by Utah.
2nd down, Utah.
Man in motion. Ball's going to be handed off up the middle. Big hole up the middle and big gain there.
Once again,
and flag going to be in on the play, brought down by a number of players, including Justin Peterson out of Lakewood, Danny Rapp out of Prosser. Referee's going to confer here. Personal foul, face mask on the defense. Shotgun, 1 man in the backfield. 4 men split out. Here goes the man in motion. Ball snap, rolling to his right. He's looking down the field. He's going to tuck it under his arm and run. And is going to pick up about 3 on that play. Not sure if that was a design play or not, but decided to just tuck it down and run. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 6, maybe 7.
2nd down, Utah.
Back in that split wide formation. 1 man in the backfield. Man in motion. They've been liking to run that all game. This time they're going to hand off to the back, running to the right. Looks like he's going to come just short. We'll have to see the spot. Yeah, it looks like he's about a yard short of the 1st down, so that'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Here's a snap. Drops back to pass. He's looking deep, scrambling. Good time in the pocket. He's going to take off running. Looks like he's going to get the 1st down. Good coverage by Team Washington, and quarterback decides to just tuck the ball down and run for the first. So that'll make it 1st and 10 there on the 27-yard line. Team Utah, first possession of the second half. 3 men split out wide left. 1 man top of your screen. Here's the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. Looking deep. He's going to throw. He's got a man undercovered. He's going to make the reception. Nice reception. Number 7. Here's a snap. Going to hand off to the up back. Dives forward for about 3. Brought down by number 74 there. Monique Sarte out of Fife High School. That'll bring up 3rd down. Back to pass. He's looking deep. Looks like he's got a lot of time in the pocket. He's going to run. Fire the ball downfield, though. Big hit. Separates the man from the ball. It's number 15. I believe that's Justin Peterson out of Lakewood. Laying the wood. Excellent defensive play. That was a big play. So that brings up 4th down now. Utah. About 4th and 20. 23. Looks like they're going to go for it here. Well, actually, they've done the quick kick out of this formation. They line the punter up short. And looks like they are just going to drop a little squib punt down there. And this is going to go into the end zone. Almost safe, but not close enough. That'll be a touchback. So Team Washington's going to take over on their 20. Here's a snap. Going to be handed off to the right. Big hole. Breaks one tackle. Breaks another tackle. He's headed up the right side. Evades a number of tacklers. Oh, my goodness. And the big run there. I believe that's number 5. Nope, that's number 9, Ezekiel McNeil. 5'11", 180-pound senior out of Federal Way. Jonah Ho now in the backfield for Team Washington. Quarterback under center. Going to hand off to Ho up the middle. Breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle. Stays on his feet. And a long run up the left side for Jonah Ho. So good job running the ball here so far for Team Washington, and that brings Ezekiel McNeil back into the game. Trading off with Jonah out of Walla Walla. First down, about the 22. Here's a snap. Mishandled the snap. The handoff. But McNeil comes back up with the ball.
There was a loss on the last play. Brings up second down.
Bodie Simpson split out to the right, the bottom of the screen. Ball's going to be snapped. It's going to be handed back off to McNeil. He's got a big hole up the middle. He's going to run for about 7.
Tackled by Team Washington. Led by number 21.
That brings up 3rd down and about 6.
Third down, Team Washington. Quarterback is Dominic Rocky.
Here's the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, looking to his right. He's going to run and throw.
By number 94, 992 of Team Utah.
Just out of bounds. So that's going to bring up 4th down.
And number 94 is Calhoun.
Set to kick off.
Taken away by Butler.
Team Washington. This one is going to be... No, it's going to go into the end zone. This will be a touchback.
That will be an automatic touchback. Ball will be brought up to the 20-yard line first.
21-17 over Team Washington. 5:28 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd annual Tanoa Bowl from Auburn, Washington. Looks like the ball is going to be fumbled, but recovered.
Covered by quarterback Jake Lloyd. Brings up second down.
Jake Lloyd there in at quarterback for Team Utah. A couple of teams that faced off last year against each other in this very same Tanoa Bowl. Team Utah getting the better of Team Washington. First time Team Utah had participated in the Tanoa Bowl. Lloyd back to pass. He's looking deep. Plenty of time. Scrambles now to his right. Evades the rush. He's going to stay on his feet and keep going. And run for the 1st down. Nice scramble by Mr. Lloyd.
Number 24. Borland Musanda. Brings up a 3rd down for Team Utah.
That brings up 1st down and 10 now.
In the backfield, at quarterback.
This ball is going to be snapped out of the Wildcat right to the back. He's going to run forward and gain a couple. Back here, and it's 1st down and 10. 3:47 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Team Utah leading Team Washington 21-17. And out of the Wildcat here, they're going to snap it. And running to his right. Looks like that's going to bring up a 2nd down. And about 4 or 5. See if they run out of that Wildcat or if they go back to their, looks like they're back into their traditional set. Here with Lloyd at quarterback. Ball snapped, back to pass, looking deep. He's going to let it go. Got a man open and caught. around the 23-yard line.
First down, Team Utah.
Looks like that's number 1. Andy Jones. Came down with that pass reception.
First and 10, Team Utah. Under Washington. 21-yard line.
Lloyd working out of the shotgun. 4 wide outset. He's going to hand the ball off up the middle. Big hole and going to run over a couple guys. It's a big running back for Utah.
Brings up second down for Utah.
Second and 1. Utah. Lloyd working out of the shotgun again. Same set. He's going to hand the ball off up the middle. Big hole, gaping hole, and he's going to. Looks like he's in. Still waiting for a signal, and it is a touchdown, Utah. Ground cannot cause a fumble. You saw it there on that one. Nice run up the middle, a big hole. Able to get in there for the touchdown. So Team Utah plays a little add-on. Scores now 27-17. They're going to attempt the extra point. Looks like they are going to attempt the extra point.
Extra point by Utah. Number 5, Ryan.
And there's the kick. It's up, and it is good. So Team Utah back on the board. 28-17 is the lead. With 2:07 remaining to play here in the third quarter. We'll be right back here on the Washignton Sports Network. Team Utah set to kick off. Looks like an onside attempt. Ball is loose. And Utah says they have it. And Team Washington says they have it, but it looks like it's Team Washington comes up with the ball. So the onside kick attempt. Here's a snap. Ball is going to be fake, looking deep, but under attack and down. Nice speed rush there by Team Utah, able to get into the backfield and take down the quarterback.
To the 37-yard line. Second down, Team Washington.
Here's a snap. Looking to his right, going to throw the ball, and just out of the hands of Danny Rapp. That's going to bring up third down. Here's a snap. Come back to pass. Under heavy rush. He's going to just heave the ball over towards the sidelines. and out of bounds. So that's going to bring up 4th down and probably a definite punt out of Team Washington. Good rush again by Utah. Able to put pressure on the quarterback and just had to get rid of it.
99 is the lead, saying 94 is Calhoun. Fourth down.
This ball's going to be punted high but short. And going to be down at the 45. So after the short punt, Team Utah is going to take over the ball with 59 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, leading Washington by a score of 28-17. Here's a snap. He's going to hand off to the back, running to the right, headed towards the sideline, and going to be met and pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 2. Checking the play at the line of scrimmage. There's Lloyd, and he'll take the snap. He'll drop back, and he'll fire across the middle. Ball almost deflected. And brings up 3rd down and 8. Big play, big stop opportunity here for Team Washington. Here's a snap, drop back to pass, looking deep. Thinking about it, gonna let it go. He's got a receiver, and this one's gonna be picked off. Intercepted. So the big interception there. Morgan Masanda out of Meadowdale, the senior, comes up with the big interception. And Team Washington will take over the ball on the 20-yard line with 2 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Jonah Ho in the back field. Going to hand him the ball up the middle, not much there. He'll be stuffed for no gain. And that will end the 3rd quarter of play. So we're going to switch sides of field. One more quarter to play with Team Utah 28, Team Washington 17. And we'll be right back. This ball is going to be handed off to Jonah Ho. He's got a lot of room to run. Up the left side and brought down after about a 40-yard gain. Jonah Ho. The big gain there. Mr. Ho putting on quite the show. The running back, senior running back, out of Walla Walla. First and 10 from the 35. Going to be handed off again to Ho, up the middle. He's going to gain about 2.
Number 21, 10, Malaya.
Brings up 2nd down and 9 after the 1-yard gain by Jonah Ho. To start this 4th quarter. Here's a snap. Quarterback back to pass. He's looking. He's got a man and caught. That's number 25. David Ajamu with the fine reception there. And knocking on the door is Team Washington, looking to cut into this 11-point lead. So 1st and 10. Ho with the carry up the middle. He's going to gain about 4. Brought down. His helmet's going to come off. He's going to come out of the game. Here's a snap, looking, quick throw to the left. And that ball's going to be incomplete. Man in motion. Ball snap, going to be given to the back. Running up the middle, net at the line of scrimmage. He's going to gain a couple with a nice strong push by his line. I'm going to say it's going to be a gain of about 1. Actually, they're going to have a first down, so it's going to be 1st and goal now. Ball on the 2. Man in motion, they're going to hand off. Running to the right, he's going to be stuffed and brought down short of the goal line. That was Chico McClatcher on the carry. 5'8", 165-pound senior, Federal Way. Going to bring up 2nd and goal now. Here's a snap. Quarterback's going to keep the ball running up the middle. Looks like he's going to be short. That's Richardson on the carry. That's going to bring up 3rd down. With the ball on the 1-yard line. Here's a snap. He's going to hand off to the fullback and into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. And a flag on the play. We'll see what that is, but I believe the touchdown will stand. 3rd down and goal from the 5. Ball snap back. Looking, man over the middle. Incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down. Going to attempt a field goal here, cut into this lead, draw them to 8. Here's a snap. Here's the kick. It's up and it is good. So Team Washington gets on the board. 20-28 with the field goal. 7:53 remaining to play. We'll be back for the kickoff. And deep kick. Returnable. He's going to take the ball up the middle, cuts once. Nice open field tackle, though. And in the first high school game today. Big hole up the middle. He's got a lot of room, but he's tripped up around the 39. But not before getting a first down. So Team Utah moving the ball there on the first play after the field goal. Here's a snap. Ball going to be handed off again up the middle. This time going to be stopped after a gain of maybe 1.
Number 58.
Or you can send an email to info at zsportsmedia.com. That's zsportsmedia.com, and let us know which game you'd like, and we'll be happy to take care of that for you. Team Washington trying to get a stop. Here's a snap. It's going to be handed off up the middle. Good push by the offensive line, and it looks like going to gain about 4 on the carry. Here's a snap. Ball handed off again up the middle. Big hit and fumble. The ball loose, but looks like it's going to be. Looks like it was recovered by Utah. Now we'll bring up 3rd down. We're going to get a little clarification. That'll bring up 3rd down here. Big 3rd down for Team Washington. Here's a snap, back to pass. He's going to scramble. He's got some room out there. He's going to tuck it down, running for the pylon. The first down marker, and he's going to get the first down. There is a flag in the backfield. Looks like it's going to be holding. Yep. This one's going to be backed up. Here's a snap, back to pass. Looking deep, but under pressure. He's going to scramble. He's going to be brought down. That's 22. With the sack for Team Washington. Big stop there. Finau Toki out of Inglemore. Here. Here's the snap, the rush, the punt is up. Good high punt. Fair catch called and made right around midfield. So Team Washington trailing by 8. 3 minutes, 26 seconds remaining here in the final game of the 2012 Tanoa Bowl. Here live, Auburn, Washington, the Washington Sports Network. I'm Zenon Thornton. Manny was on the broadcast earlier. Had to take off and head back over the pass. Big thanks to him coming out today and spending the day out here and calling some of these fun games. And this could be the cherry on top. This one's going to come right down to the end. Team Washington, plenty of time to mount something significant in great field position. Richardson at quarterback for Washington. He's going to hand off the ball. This one's given Jonah Ho running up the middle. He dances and gains about 3. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 7. Two men split out. Bodie Simpson at the top of your screen. Richardson in the backfield. At quarterback. He's going to take it, look to keep it, and absolutely snuffed out. Big rush on by Utah. And I'll see if Team Washington takes a timeout or not here. Critical play. Coming up, big 3rd down. And about 14. Richardson checking that play sleeve. as the clock ticks down right around 2 minutes. Here's Richardson. He's back to pass. He's looking to his right. Found a hole. He's going to scamper up the middle, and looks like he's going to drop the ball on the carpet. Holding it like a bag of bread. And Utah looks like they're going to take over the ball. That was just huge. Big fumble after the scramble by Richardson. So that could be the backbreaker with 1:51 remaining in the game. Working out of the shotgun though. Here's a snap, the fake handoff. He's looking deep. Look, he's going to throw it up. He's got a man, and it's going to be caught, and touchdown Utah. So add on. Instead of playing it safe, they went for all the marbles and able to capitalize off a defense maybe looking for the run there. And that makes the score 34-20, and it looks like Utah with a pretty solid lead. Looks like they're gonna be in very good shape as they go for the extra point here. Which will make it keep it a 2-score game. Here's a snap, the kick, it's up, and it is. And that one's going to be kicked off and going to be returned by the speedy senior out of Federal Way. So with 1:36 remaining in the game, Team Washington to take over with the ball at their 28-yard line. 27. And look to maybe get a quick strike, maybe, and an onside kick would be their only hope. They need 2 scores. And they need them in a hurry. Back to pass and throwing. Ball's going to be caught. There's a snap. The rush is on. Ball's going to be thrown out of bounds. That'll bring up 3rd down. Just under a minute left to play here. Here's a snap, dropping back to pass again. The rush is on in a big way. Looking for anything downfield. He's going to have to throw this one away as well. It's going to bring up 4th down with 49 seconds remaining. Here in the 4th quarter, trailing 35-20 against Utah. Here's the snap, faking the handoff, under pursuit. He's going to be sacked, going to fumble the ball. Team Utah is going to recover, and that's going to seal it.
Recovered by Team Utah, number 92. Louis.
So first down, Utah. They're going to take over after the fumble.
21 seconds left.
And this one's just going to be snapped and down, and that's going to start the clock, and that should just about do it. As the clock's going to tick down, 30 seconds. This should do it here. A great day of football, though, here in Auburn, Washington for the 3rd annual Tanoa Bowl game. Two seconds, 1 second, and I believe that's going to do it, though there's 1 second showing on the clock. The timeout was called by Utah. Looks like they're going to let their kicker attempt a field goal. Well, so it's not technically the final, though. You see that on the scoreboard. He's going to attempt a field goal. They're getting one shot at this. Here's a snap. The kick is up, and it's good. So he nails the field goal. That's going to end the game. Team Utah celebrates yet another victory. This one over Washington by a score of 38-20 over Team Washington. Congratulations to all the participants in today's game. It's been a heck of a game, heck of a set of games here. I'd like to thank you for joining us here on WashingtonSportsNetwork.com. My name is Zenon Thornton. It's been a pleasure to bring you today's game, courtesy of Seamie Strickland and Ultimate Edge Sports. DVD copies will be available on our website starting tomorrow, available for order. Ship out in a couple of weeks, but we'd like to thank you for joining us. Have a good evening and a great new year.